Alright, I just filmed this whole video on my phone, and it fell outside of the car. Inside the race car, because what better, because inside, fuck. And then if I have to film this whole entire video again because of some other technical issue, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. But anyway, welcome back, Grid Banter, you fucking idiot. Haven't made a video in 6 months. Forgot your YouTube password? Not really. Just been too lazy. Getting my life together. Getting strong. Putting in the work. Getting better at golf.
You know, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So I work hard at it, though. People are like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. I'm like, yeah, but I'll be there every fucking day.
Traveling places. Anyway, for today's video, we have Sydney Sweeney. Oh yeah, by the way, forget all of the last 6 months of the season. Fuck that. We're not covering that, or I'm never going to get this video out. But for this race, we have the Championship 4. We have Sydney Sweeney, Goodyear, Denny Hamlin in the Great Choke of 2025. And Kyle Larson is a fucking 2-time Cup Series champion, baby. Let's get into the important stuff. Sydney Sweeney. If you didn't pick up on it, she dressed as Ricky Bobby's wife from Talladega Nights. But the most important thing about the Sydney Sweeney situation is that Austin Dillon brings over Byron to meet Sydney Sweeney. But guess who was there first? Carson Hocevar, that absolute dog.
NASCAR planted the seed because their seats were across from each other. You know, Willie B and Sydney. And I said, look, Willie B and Sydney, that'd be big. Logano actually looked over to me and he said, that'd be big for the entire sport. Rolled by. Some people were talking to her and I said, hey, look, you need to meet Willie B. She's like, who's Willie B? I'm like, he's in our Championship 4. He's most eligible bachelor in NASCAR.
All right, good looking fella.
She said, oh, really? I said, yeah. Where's he at? And I said, well, hold on, I'll go get him. And ran up the stairwell, grabbed Willie B. I think he was nervously trying to like play me off. One of his sponsors were right there and said, go meet her. And he was like, okay. Grabbed him. As we got closer, I think his face got more red. Hocevar was in the way. I said, hey, beat it. You don't want nothing to do with this guy. And put Willie B up there. They shook hands. I don't know. I was hoping for more of like a hug or something, a longer conversation, give me your number, but just went for the handshake and nice to meet you, ma'am. And as we left, I shouted, Taylor and Travis wouldn't have nothing on you two. And that was pretty much it.
How about when Sydney Sweeney was doing her thing? I see all you spotters got your binoculars out.
I seen you look at videos before.
Yeah, I say, look at all those spotters up there.
Quick editor's note, while I'm editing the video, I went back to Sydney Sweeney's Instagram to see if she follows any of the NASCAR drivers, particularly William Byron, but nope, she follows Ryan Blaney. And let's not forget about Noah Gragson,
Let's get fucking.
who is also an absolute dog. Let me put on my belts here. This is gonna get fun. But now that the NASCAR Horny Police have concluded their investigation, shout out to one of my favorite Twitter pages. Let's lay out all the facts about the championship race. Denny Hamlin. Fast car of the weekend. William Byron.
They're trying to be crazy. Yeah, they're trying to be.
Pisses it away after fighting hard in the lead all day.
I might have a flat. Oh boy, William Byron has a tire issue and the caution is out. Yeah, it's broken, man. It's broken.
In classic Hendrick fashion, he blows a tire in the closing laps after almost being the only one to not do so all day, especially in the Championship 4.
Uh-oh, one of the Championship 4. Chase Briscoe.
It's a disaster for one of our Championship 4 contenders, and Kyle Larson. He come on the radio and said, I had a flat slide, and then goes tire down, tire down. You could see it right there. The right front tire went down for the 5 team. They were just recovering from a bad pit stop at the end of stage 2, and also the 19, Dave.
19 is complaining as well. Flat tire for Chase Briscoe. It's a right rear again.
He's going to try to get the pit road as he slides up into traffic, nearly getting hit by the 11 of Hamlin. Same for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. We talked about the left rear tire being flat. Jackman leaves the right side, goes to the left. He's going to try to get this thing up with the first jack. He goes under, makes an attempt. By rules, he has to make an attempt. You see right here, it just won't work. He goes to the second jack, and it jacks up.
And in the wise words of Tony Stewart,
That's the most pathetic racing tire I've ever been on in my professional career. They exited out of Formula One, they exited out of the IRL, they exited out of CART, they exited out of World Outlaws, and there's a reason for that, because Goodyear can't build a tire that's worth the crap. So if I were Goodyear, I'd be really embarrassed about this weekend and what they brought us here.
Goodyear brought an absolutely dog-ass tire to this race. The internet consensus is that we all want a tire that races good, that has fall off, that creates a tire saving strategy. But this was just a little too much. We had 12 tires blow out in total, and I'm not going to bother clipping them all for you because I'll never get this video out in time. Let's get to the elephant in the room for the weekend. NASCAR has created a system where they manufacture drama. Drivers lose championships over one bad race in this format. Connor Zilic came to the Xfinity race this weekend after winning 10 races for the year with a third place car. That wasn't good enough. That was not good enough to win a championship because he had to have a Game 7 moment where he came in front of Jesse Love or anyone else in the championship 4, and he couldn't get it done. He just didn't have the car for it that weekend. And on top of that, because he didn't win the NASCAR Xfinity Championship, he therefore became ineligible for the World Endurance Championship hypercar test session that he was set up for, because the FIA is a bunch of dumb fucking Europeans. But it's okay, because IMSA said, hold my beer, and approved him for a sanctioned GTP test coming up in the next few weeks with Cadillac Racing. But that's a story for another day. But that's exactly what NASCAR wants, is those Game 7 moments which are unpredictable. They have cultivated this culture in NASCAR that you really don't see in any other series of racing. Is you expect gimmicks. You expect the dumbest possible scenario to play out. Again, I always bring it back to IMSA, which NASCAR owns. You watch sports car racing for hard, clean racing, and you watch NASCAR for WWE-style throwdown, where a Camry with a pushrod V8 engine takes on a Chevy that doesn't even exist anymore, which takes on a Ford that's best known for hitting crowds where they all make left turns for a couple hours at Mach fuck. But they want the championship to come down to the last lap, and that's exactly what they got.
The one that optimum. I got the drum, I got the drop on them. I got the lock, stock, and barrel on top of them. I got
the great choke of 2025. Why the fuck did Denny Hamlin take 4 tires instead of 2? Why not stay out? Probably not stay out, but why not at least take 2 tires? Now, I'm no strategy expert, but when Denny hit pit road, he had enough time with his box being at the very front of pit road for his spotter to see what Larson was doing. Larson took 2 tires and was out of his pit box well before Denny was even in his pit box. Now, I get the logic behind the decision. Was 4 tires really worth it? No, we know the outcome. Clearly not. I've been a Denny hater pretty much all my life, but off the track, I think he's a great guy. I've come to like him through his podcast. He's a human being just like the rest of us. He's had a generational career, undoubtedly. And I genuinely would love to see him finally get that championship that he's been missing. Especially for his dad, who's fighting a terminal disease. But like father, like son, Denny's championship hopes are dead. Kyle Larson is a 2-time Cup Series champion, baby!
You can run the perfect race.
204 laps led, closing in on 3 laps to go. The performance behind the wheel and the car have been just unbelievable today. What a great race car, and what a great job by the driver.
And then, boom.
William Byron has a tire issue, and the caution is out.
20 years, Denny Hamlin has been trying to win a championship.
That's true in racing and life. When debt hits hard, National Debt Relief helps you take control, so you can pay less than you owe in less time than you think. When life wrecks your finances, National Debt Relief helps you get back on track. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started today.
Cue the good music! out here in my garage for some knowledge. Shout out to those of you that get that reference, old YouTube. But we're actually in my carport because I'm poor. But here's my Corvette. For those of you that don't know, I own a Corvette. Got the heads taken off right now, doing some head rebuilding. There's some pistons for you. But I am filming this video in the Corvette today because my studio inside the house is being rented out. I'm renting it out to someone. So for the foreseeable future, I don't know where I'm going to film videos, but maybe it'll be in my shed back there. Maybe it'll continue to be in the race car. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.